Hey guys, Panzer J back here in Operation Thunderball. We're up to turn number 12, January of 42. 12.1 for Germany, National of Spain and Vichy France. Want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving before I get into Germany's turn here. Just a little bit of housekeeping from my Italian turn. So again, with the new rule change that subs do not get the +1 movement unless they're coming from a sub base, I had moved this coastal sub down here 2 spaces from I3, but it isn't a sub base, it's just a major base, so the subs do not get the +1 bonus. So that coastal sub had to stop in I1. So that's off the coast of South Africa. I think that was it for housekeeping. So on to German turn 12.1. So we've got our 4 tech rolls. So we're going to try for radar, which is currently at stage 2, a 7 or higher. Oh, there was one other bit of housekeeping. Now that I'm on a tech, that reminded me. So I thought long-range aircraft was a 7 or higher, so Italy rolled a 7, so I advanced them to stage 2, but actually it's an 8 or higher, so they did not succeed. Okay, so on to German tech. We're going to go for radar, which is at stage 2, 7 or higher. Heavy armor, which is at stage 1, 8 or higher. Jet fighters at stage 3, 8 or higher. And advanced subs at stage 3, 8 or higher. So those are going to be our 4 tech attempts. So let's go ahead first with radar, 7 or higher, and a 12. We succeed there. Heavy armor, 8 or higher. A 9. We succeed there. Jet fighters, 8 or higher. Oh, that's the one I really wanted. And advanced subs, 8 or higher. 12. Well, we got 3 out of 4. And that does finish off advanced subs. So radar moves up to stage 3. Heavy armor to stage 2. And we finish off advanced subs. So we missed out on jet fighters again. Oh, that stinks. Okay, so on to purchases. So I had a couple different purchases laid out. Germany has 58 to spend. They got convoyed for 1. So I was trying to have power of positive thinking, and I had a couple jets lined up, but we did not succeed. So no jets. So we got 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers for 8. 2 elite paratroopers for 6, that's 14. 2 infantry for 6, that's 20. A militia for 2, that's 22. 3 advanced mechs for 12, that's 34. And then we've got 2 fighters for 20, that's 54. And another advanced mech for 4, that's our 58. And then over here we've got our free infantry from the Spanish Civil War. And we're going to put down another fortification as part of our Fortress Europe objective that we achieved. And that fortification is going to go down in Normandy. So that's our 58 that we're spending. On to combat. So I think we have 8 combats here. So quite a few of them are going to be on the Eastern Front. So let's go ahead over here first in northern Russia. So we've got an infantry from Lithuania that's going to move up 1 to Latvia and take that with a walk-in. Not worth anything. A second infantry in Lithuania is going to move over 1 to that Polish territory that starts with a P that I cannot pronounce. And that also I do not believe is worth anything. So that's a walk-in with no IPP increase. Then we're going into southern Belarusia, and that's another walk-in. Boston Bruce does have a couple fighters in Smolensk, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate with his setup here, and he doesn't have anything in southern Belarus, and I believe you have to have a unit in a territory to be able to scramble fighters from an adjacent territory. But I'm bringing in so much that I seriously doubt Bruce would scramble anyway, so I think we're good there. So from Lubelsky, this cavalry is going to go over 1 and take that. The advanced mech from Warsaw is going to go 1-2 into southern Belarusia. The motorized Oh, no, not that. So scratch that one. Okay, so from East Poland, we're going to come up 1, 2 into southern Belarusia. And what's going in there is going to be our 9 advanced mechs, 6 light armor, 6 medium armor, 2 cavalry, and a motorized towing 1 artillery. So all that came up from East Poland, went 1, 2. So everything there, except for the artillery, had a movement of 2, but the motorized can go ahead and tow that artillery piece. So all that walks into southern Belarusia, and that's worth 1 IPP. Then our 4th battle is another walk-in here in western Ukraine. So we've got these 4 SS Panzer Grenadiers from Donislavsky are going to go 1 East Poland, 2 into western Ukraine. And then from the force that's still left in East Poland, the artillery that was left over is going to move up 1. And so is this motorized infantry from Warsaw going to go 1, 2. Then from Bessarabia, our 2 cavalry are going to move up 1 to western Ukraine. And 5 of our 7 infantry from Bessarabia are going to move up to western Ukraine. So that's going to be battle number 4. Battle number 5 is another walk-in. We're going to walk into southern Ukraine. The 2 remaining infantry from Bessarabia are going to move up 1 and take that with a walk-in. Battle number 6 is going to be here in, I believe that's eastern Ukraine. So Bruce has a militia, an infantry, 2 motorized, and an artillery. Okay. And we are going to go in there with, from Romania, and that is a movement of 1, 2, 3. We are going to go in with 4 regular air transports carrying 4 elite paratroopers. And also from Romania is going to be 2 fighters and a tactical bomber. So they all are coming from an air base and going 1, 2, 3 into eastern Ukraine. So take off his militia and his infantry, his artillery, and his 2 motorized. So again, 4 elite paratroopers on 4 regular air transports, 2 fighters, and a tactical. That's battle number 6. Battle number 7 is going to be in Yugoslavia. So in Romania, we have 2 heavy air transports, and there's 3 remaining elite airborne. So those 2 heavy air transports are going to pick up the 3 elite paratroopers and go 1, 2 into eastern Yugoslavia. Then we've got an air transport here in Bavaria, also coming from an air base. They're going to go up 1 to West Germany, pick up that paratrooper, 2, 3, 4 down to Yugoslavia. Then we've got 2 fighters from Berlin are going to come down 1, 2, 3. So they have a movement of 3 left. And then we've got 3 fighters in Paris, also coming from an air base. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have a movement of 2 left. And in Yugoslavia, there's a total of 4 infantry, 2 British, 2 French, and a French fighter. And it is mountain terrain, so my airborne will be -1. And then the last battle, number 8, is over there off of southern India. We're going to convoy the FEC. So that should be it. Also, actually, I have one more unit from Romania. That's going to come up 1, 2 into Western Ukraine as well. That was just a walk-in, but that's also going to be there as well. So that should be it for combat. So let's see. So we take Latvia with a walk-in. We take that Polish territory with a walk-in. We take in southern Belarusia with a walk-in, and that's worth 1 IPP. We've taken western Ukraine with a walk-in, that's 1 IPP. We take southern Ukraine with a walk-in, not worth anything. So our first die rolling here is in eastern Ukraine. So right now we're up 2 IPP. So Boston Bruce has his 2 motorized, his militia, his infantry, and his artillery. So no terrain there. It's not mountainous. Ground units would have crossed a river, but I didn't go in with ground units. I went in with my 4 elite airborne, my 2 fighters, and a tactical. So no terrain issues there. He does have a first strike with his artillery, which is kind of weird that artillery gets a first strike against airborne and planes, but I believe it still does. So artillery first strike at a 3. So let's see what Bruce does here with his 3. And an 8 misses. Okay, so now I have my 4 elite paratroopers, and they attack at 3, so 4 threes. And we got 2 10s, a 6, and a 3, so 1 hit. So then we've got 2 fighters at 6s, and an 8 and a 7 both miss, and a tactical at a 7, and a 1 hits. And that's target select. So we are going to choose, how about his motorized infantry? I believe they defend at 4s. Yeah, motorized and infantry both defend at 4s. Okay, so we got 2 hits. So we're going to take out a motorized, and he'll lose his militia. Okay, so he's got 3 4s for the 2 motorized and the infantry. And he's got a 3, 6, and a 7. So we'll take 1 hit on an elite airborne. And then he's got his militia at a 2, and a 9 misses. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll take off a motorized from Bruce and his militia, and I'll take off an elite paratrooper. Okay, round number 2. So I'm down to 3 elite paratroopers, so 3 threes. And we got a 2, 7, and 8, so 1 more hit, so he'll lose his artillery. Then we've got 2 fighters at 6. A 12 and an 8 both miss, and a tactical at a 7. A 1 hits again, so I'll choose the motorized. So he took 2 casualties that turn, so he's got a motorized and infantry both at 4. And a 4 and a 9, 1 hit. I'll lose an airborne, and his artillery at a 3. A 10 misses. So he will lose his artillery and a motorized, and I'll lose another paratrooper. So he's down to just his infantry left. Okay, so we've got 2 paratroopers at 3, elite paratroopers. And an 11 and 8 both miss. Our fighters, which are 0 for 4 right now. They are now 0 for 6, and a tactical at a 7. Wow. No hits. Okay, his infantry at a 4. A 9 misses. We've got 2 elite airbornes at 3. A 7 and a 10 both miss. 2 fighters at 6. Ooh, unbelievable. The fighters are 0 for 8, or 0 for 4. Or 0 for 8. I'm getting so pissed that can't even think straight. Okay, tactical at a 7. An 8 misses. His infantry at a 4. A 12 misses. 2 elite airborne at 3. 2 misses. 2 fighters at 6. Oh my God. A tactical at a 7. his infantry at a 4, 2 airborne at 3, 2 fighters at 6. There's a hit. Unbelievable. Tactical at a 7. And that misses, of course, as well. Okay, so Bruce should just have his 1 infantry left at a 4. And, of course, he hits on that turn. So I believe that took 6 rounds, and I was 1 for 12 with my fighters. So I'll lose an elite airborne. He'll lose his infantry. So we'll end up taking Eastern Ukraine. That's worth another IPP, so that's up to 3. The planes, the tactical, the 2 fighters, and the 4 air transports all went 3. So the transports coming from all of them coming from an air base, and with the long-range aircraft, the transport should have a movement of 5, and the other planes 3. Okay, our 7th battle, let's hope this goes a lot better for us, is here in Western Yugoslavia. So it is mountain territory. So I'm going in with 5 fighters and 4 elite paratroopers against 4 infantry and a fighter. So since we both have fighters here on the first round of combat, any casualties fighters inflict have to come off of enemy aircraft. And my paratroopers will only be 2s because of the mountain terrain. Okay, so let's go ahead. I've got 5 fighters. These got to do better than the last battle. Okay, 5 6s. And we got a 1, 5, 3, 8, and 11. So 3 hits. So they have to lose the French fighter. And we'll take the 2 French infantry for casualties. The British will sacrifice their French brother-in-arms. Okay, so then we've got 4 elite paratroopers at 2s. And a couple 5s, a 6, and a 12. So no hits. Okay, so we got 3 total hits on round 1. So let's go ahead. The French fighter at a 6. Oh, thank you. A 12 misses. And then they've got 4 infantry at 4s. And they got a 9, 10, 12, and a 2. So 1 hit. So let's take off the French fighter, the 2 French infantry, and I'll lose an elite paratrooper. Okay, so they should be down to just 2 British infantry left. Okay, so now let's do our 5 fighters. 4, 5, 2 10s, and 11. So there's our 2 hits. But let's roll out our 3 remaining elite paratroopers at 2s. And no hits there. But we should have got our 2 hits. So the 2 British infantry at 4s. 3 and 11, 1 more hit. So we'll lose a 2nd elite airborne. So Western Yugoslavia should be back in German hands with 2 elite paratroopers. And that's worth 2. Okay, so now we've got our convoy raiding going on. And again, I think I can only take a maximum of 1 here. And we're even because of Hambone's radar and my fleet submarine. So black German, red British. And the British, again, succeed in defeating my convoy attempts. Okay, so that is it for combat. So let's go ahead. First, we'll move up the IPP tracker. So Germany went up 5. So 51 to 56. We took the Russians down 3, so that's 52 to 49. And we took the British down 2, 30 to 28. So that should be it for the IPP tracker. So on to non-combat. So let's go ahead, and I'll definitely do a unit recap here at the end of this turn as well. Okay, so we got planes in eastern Ukraine. So we had 4 regular air transports, which went a total of 3. So they're going to go 4, 5, 6 back to Romania. We also had a tactical bomber that went 3, so it's going to fly 1, 2, 3 back to Romania. as well as the 2 fighters that went into eastern Ukraine, all fly back to Romania. Then we had planes that attacked Western Yugoslavia. So we had 3 fighters that came over from Paris. They went 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to go 5, 6 into Romania, and that's their full movement of 6. Then the 2 fighters that came down from Berlin went 1, 2, 3. They're going to go 4, 5, 6 back to Berlin. We also had 2 heavy air transports that came over from Romania. They went 1, 2. They're going to go 3, 4, 5 into Berlin. And then a regular air transport came from Bavaria, West Germany 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go 5, 6 to Romania. Let's see. Also on the Eastern Front here in East Germany, we've got 4 advanced mechs, and they're going to go 1 West Poland, 2 Lubelski. Let's see. We got a seaplane in West Germany coming from an air base, so it's going to go 1 Belgium, 2 Picardy, 3 Normandy. We've got 2 infantry in West Germany. One is going to move up to Denmark, and the other is going to move to Belgium. Then we've got 2 infantry. 2 of our 3 infantry in Aquitaine are going to move into Normandy. 2 of our 3 infantry from Picardy are going to move into Normandy. And our infantry from Paris is going to move up into Normandy. Then we've got our 4 rail movements. So we're going to take 4 of our 6 self-propelled artillery in Paris, and we're going to rail them to Austria. And I think that might be it for non-combat. Okay, so on to unit placement. So we've got 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers that we're going to put down into West Germany. We've got 2 elite paratroopers that we're going to put down in Romania. We've got 2 infantry that we're going to put in, where do we want to put the 2 infantry? How about Berlin? We've got a militia that we're putting down in Denmark. We've got our free infantry from Spain that we're putting in Berlin. Obviously, that's where that has to go. We're putting our fortification down in Normandy. We're putting our 2 fighters in Paris. And we've got our 4 advanced mechs. And we're going to put those in West Germany. So that was a total of 6 units we all together put down in West Germany. So that should be it for unit placement. So on to collect income. So Germany spent everything they had. They're currently now at 56 IPP. Plus they get 3 for Romanian bonus and 3 for the Swedish bonus. So that's 62. So Germany will have 62 IPPs to spend next turn. Now let's do a unit recap. Okay, so starting over here in France. So in Aquitaine, we have an infantry and a militia. In Picardy, we have an infantry and a militia. Alsace-Lorraine, we have a militia. Paris, we have 2 self-propelled artillery, a militia, and 2 fighters. Normandy has a fortification, a militia, a seaplane, and a total of 8 infantry. Belgium has 3 infantry and a militia. Netherlands has 3 Marines. Denmark has 3 infantry and a militia. West Germany has 4 advanced mechs and 4 SS Panzer Grenadiers. Berlin has an anti-aircraft gun, 4 infantry, 2 heavy air transports, and 2 fighters. Austria has 4 self-propelled artillery. Western Yugoslavia has 2 elite airborne. On the Eastern Front, there are 4 advanced mechs in Lubelski. There's an infantry in that northern Polish territory that starts with a P that I cannot pronounce. There's an infantry in Latvia. In southern Belarusia, there should be 10 advanced mechs, 6 light armor, 6 medium armor, 3 cavalry, 1 motorized, and 1 artillery. In western Ukraine, there should be 1 artillery, 1 motorized, 2 cavalry, 1 advanced mech, 4 SS Panzer Grenadiers, and 5 infantry. In southern Ukraine, there's 2 infantry. In eastern Ukraine, there's an elite airborne. And in Romania, there are 2 elite airborne, 5 fighters, 1 tactical bomber, 1 militia, and 5 regular air transports. So that should be it for Germany here on turn number 12. Turning things over now to Boston Bruce. Hope my opponents have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys for Italy 12.7.